Greetings, beloveds. This is Amy Karen Johnson, the Earth Channel, here with you with the third live channeled message from Gaia, which I will do in a moment. I want to say a quick thank you to those of you who have liked my previous live videos and watched them, of course, and commented as well, and subscribed to my channel. I appreciate your support and your positive reinforcement for doing these. So the intention for today, I'm trying to remember exactly how I wrote it. The focus, that is, will be, I believe, on what the collective would like to hear next for their next step on the journey of ascension, for lack of a better word. In their journey in general to enlightenment, you might call it. I believe Gaia has been sort of whispering a little bit of what she wants to share in my ear all day. So I believe she may elaborate upon that concept. So I will let her or they do that. She usually has been referring to herself as a collective, and perhaps she will elaborate on that as well this time. I know she has before, or they. So I will perhaps use the pronoun they for Gaia. Okay, without further ado, here we go. I will close my eyes and take a few deep breaths. And if you would like to join me in connecting to Gaia, feel free to do so. Hello, this is Gaia. As Amy said, today we would like to speak to you about your concept of ascension. There have always been those among you on Earth who have ascended one way or another, as you understand it. There have been those who have gone into seclusion in high mountain areas, have meditated for not only many hours, but many days, many months, many years, and have ascended into higher dimensions that way. There have been those who have followed the path of love or devotion, as you may know it, and have awakened and ascended that way. There are those who have done so through a more physical path, purity of diet and movement or exercise, which usually includes meditation as well. That path usually takes even longer, but as with the example of those who have gone into high mountain areas and meditated for years and years, that path can also take a long time as well. However, your ascension process right now is different, and we would like to speak to you about how it is different. To clarify the focus of this message just a little bit before we proceed, whenever you are watching this video, this will be most beneficial to you in the next step on your journey. So don't worry if you're not catching this live or within a short period of time after it has been published. This message is for you. Your ascension journey currently is one of a collective ascension journey, meaning that some of you who could potentially be ascending more quickly are being slowed down a bit because it is time now for all of you on earth to ascend together. And that is what is making it take longer this time. Not so much the need to meditate for years and years, although that would be beneficial. Not so much the need to have a pure diet, although that would be beneficial. And not necessarily the need to devote yourself even more wholeheartedly to any particular focus for love, bhakti as it is known in Hinduism, and that path. There will be different ways for each of you to support your individual ascension journeys. We don't want you to confuse what we are saying to mean that everyone must ascend in the exact same way at this time. Only that your pace, the rate of your ascension, is going to be one that basically matches all other people to some degree. Now, there will be those of you who will be helping others, getting ahead a little bit more. Others who may seem to struggle behind a little bit. Those of you who are way showers, who are holding that high vibration, are helping others just by doing that, not by necessarily teaching them anything. And so the journey for those who are a little bit further behind will appear to be faster than yours, relatively speaking, because you are helping to pave the way. And even perhaps one way to look at that is as though you are taking on a bit of karma for others as well. We know that that may seem unfair looking at it that way, but it is what you signed up for before you incarnated in this lifetime. You volunteered to do so because you knew that the payoff for helping the whole planet to ascend and everyone on it would be well worth the effort, the focus. And so we would like to speak to you a little bit about some of the different ways for you to hold a high vibration, to know that you're holding a high vibration, what that really means, and the ways that are most effective for you to help others. One of the confusing things about holding a high vibration is that we all came into these lifetimes with certain veils, certain illusions, certain conditions that we grew up with, and we had certain attachments to. And maintaining those attachments and conditions, habits perhaps, may feel really good sometimes and may seem like high vibrational activities. They may be, that is possible. However, oftentimes when the good feeling you get from performing certain actions or focusing on certain things from your past is that good feeling is really just a feeling of comfort and not necessarily a high vibration. Chances are your habits, your actions, those things you have traditionally done throughout the years will need to evolve to some degree or another along the way. Even if it is just the intention behind them or a slight change in perspective. You will know when you're holding a high vibration when the thought of doing something differently meets with no resistance inside you. You will feel playful. You will feel light in terms of light as opposed to heavy. And it isn't to say that there is not benefit to taking certain things seriously. There is benefit to that. But you will better be able to flow with changes, adjustments, and you will be able to stay present. And you will be able to allow others their paths, even when they are different from yours, freely and easily. When it is time and you perceive that it is time to let go of certain things, whether they be habits, areas of focus, areas of contrast, or even conflict. Another thing that will help you is grounding. Physical grounding, as Amy has spoken of in previous videos, whether that is through walking with bare feet on the grass outside or finding other ways to ground, of which there are several available, especially for those who are nearing wintertime and walking barefoot outside is not so much of an option. But also the meditation and visualization of grounding. The visualization part of it is helped by physical grounding as well, but it is basically visualizing the light of the sun coming down in through the top of your head, your crown chakra, and down through your other chakras, through your spinal column, your central channel, down through your roots, through your feet, into the earth, and feeling that same energy be renewed there and come back up without any of the heaviness that was there before. Back up through your roots and your chakras, back up through your crown, and allowing your torus field, also called toroidal field, to spin. There is that connection with the Merkaba as well. Expanding your aura. And please notice that with these other metaphors, visualizations, and parables by which we are talking about raising your vibration, that there isn't so much of an emphasis on the terms of high. We're not just focusing on your crown chakra, for example, because it is at the top. We are focusing on your whole body, not just the sun, but also the earth. Getting that energy to flow and expand, and feeling a sense of love for all that is in all its diversity. Embracing that diversity is one of the key ways that you will ascend together, that you will accept each other's paths as they are, as well as your own, no matter how different it may seem. There will be a feeling of unconditional love for yourself and others. So we encourage you to hydrate. That is another way to keep that energy flowing. Allowing that which is no longer needed, that which may have been heavy, to flow away. And allowing all of nature, earth, all of us, Gaia, the whole collective, which includes not only plant, animal, and fungal kingdoms, but also inner earth peoples, as well as those in other dimensions, other star systems even. That is all part of our collective, all here to support you on your journeys of discovery, expansion, acceptance, love, and purity of heart. Recognize that not only your heart chakra is important here either, but when we speak of your heart, we actually mean your entire central channel, as if you were a tree. The heart of a tree goes all the way up and down the center of that tree. That is the heart. That is where all the goodness flows up and down as needed. This is a wonderful metaphor for you to contemplate on your journey, allowing all that you need to come to you, allowing yourself to be cared for and supported by us, by Gaia, by Mother Earth, and her whole collective. The sun, the moon, the planets, the stars. Allow the energy in, allow it to flow, allow it to keep going to others, flowing throughout your body, cleansing you of any resistance to your highest good. And we feel now that you have probably, for the moment, reached a point of saturation. So we will leave it there. Know that you can come back and connect with us anytime you wish. Thank you so much for joining us. Namaste, beloveds. Whew, that was a long one. I'm not going to add anything at this time. Thank you so much for joining me, for listening, watching, liking, subscribing, sharing, and supporting me in creating these videos. Namaste, beloveds.